o dönem ne kadar giderek yükselmiş olan bir baskı vardı insanların üzerinde. İşte sinemalar yıkılıyordu, alışveriş merkezleri, kentsel dönüşüm, içki yasakları, böyle yani gençler memnun değil, kadınlar memnun değil, çalışanlar memnun değil.
You know, so many different kinds of people were being affected by the same thing. And I think it was fantastic opportunity, so that's why everybody just opened, you know, everybody opened up to each other, and it was just this time, it was like a break from the reality of Turkey, reality of Istanbul, of this fast city that everybody is working, I don't know, 14 hours a day to trying to earn what they, you know, their life, and sleeping in the rest, so not have so much time for nothing or even think.
In the very beginning, we were just a queer, anti-militaristic and green and anti-nuclear people. But one day later, when we become 600,000 people, we were just the people. We were just the public, regular people.
What happened here, I think it was this opportunity of a autonomous zone that created by all kinds of people that lives in this country. It's a very, very, very multicultural country. It's with all geographical and historical effects. It's many different kinds of people live together here. They mostly ignore each other in every day. They don't communicate or share most of the time until Gezi.
There's also this thing about expressing yourself in Gezi. People had to express themselves, but they couldn't find the traditional spaces to do that. And I guess the most traditional space to do that is the media.
La tele turca no mostraba nada, tenía que mirar las redes sociales y vi muchas cargas policiales. Eso te da miedo. Piensas que ahí la Turquía es en una guerra, ¿qué pasa? Pero lo que hizo la gente es más importante. Por ejemplo, convirtieron esta situación en algo más, porque cuando lo ves la primera vez te da miedo eso. ¿Qué pasa con la policía? ¿Qué están haciendo? Pero si lo puedes convertir en algo más, eso te quita el miedo que el gobierno quiere meter dentro. Nosotros tenemos humor, nosotros tenemos inteligencia. Otras prácticas de luchar sin violencia.
The image of the penguin was, in that sense, really important. And what it conveys is the idea that media corporations are corrupt in Turkey. When the protests were at their height, probably in Taksim, CNN Turk, they were broadcasting a documentary about penguins. When people wanted to watch the news about Gezi, they saw penguins. So it was adapted by the creative producers of the protests. I love this image because this explains a lot about how things happened in Gezi. Basically, people were tweeting the whole time about what was happening because you couldn't see it on the news, and people had to communicate with each other through social media. So we have the image of the Twitter bird with the gas mask, and you have the gas mask because now it has become symbol of protesting.
So I was walking on Istiklal Street with my phone, and I see on Facebook, boop, new post, and it's a picture of a Toma coming on Istiklal Street. So I'm like looking at the picture. I look up and I see the police car rushing at me, you know, with all the water. So it's like they were so successful, like they were able, like they had one person there taking pictures and posting on the net, and so quickly that it's almost like live news. And I think the effect of social media was successful because they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it, they couldn't censor it. They tried to catch some of the, you know, popular users on Twitter and threaten them with, you know, not threaten, but maybe like legal threats to make them more silent. But it didn't work. For two reasons I'm saying it was successful. One of them was the government couldn't stop it. And the second was people crossed the barrier of fear.
Many things he has said, the Prime Minister, they turn into creative production. He is in that way a very important starting point, I guess.
Ben tek şey söyleyeceğim. Tencere tava hep aynı hava.
Tencere tava havasını biz bu şarkıyı Gezi sürecinde hep birlikte kardeş türküler olarak seslendirdik.
Bir öyle bir böyle kelamlardan, yasaklardan illallah. Başına buyruk kararlardan, fermanlardan illallah. Bir öyle bir böyle kelamlardan, yasaklardan illallah. Başına buyruk kararlardan, fermanlardan illallah. Aman aman bıktık valla, aman aman şiştik valla. Bu ne kibir, bu ne öfke, gel yavaş gel yerler yaş. Aman aman bıktık valla.
Benim ismim Talat Doğanoğlu. Şanlıurfa'da doğdum. Şanlıurfa, Kürdistan toprakları içerisinde günümüz dünyasının modernizmin ifade ettiği biçimiyle o ulus kavramları içerisindeki durumu yaptığında Kürdistan toprakları içerisinde geçiyor. Birisi oraya Kürdistan demiş, birisi oraya Türkiye demiş, birisi oraya başka bir şey demiş. Benim üzerimdeki gerçekliği değiştirmiyor. Yani bunun için yaşıyor olmanın sadece önemli olduğunu düşünüyorum. Geri kalan kısmında sistem bizi sürekli farklılıklarımızla birbirimizden bölerek, parçalayarak yönetmek ister yani. Aslında o duygunun temel dürtülerinden bir tanesidir ulus ve ulusalcılık. Ben zaten antimilitarist birisiyim ve bunun da kendi antimilitarist olmamı söylememin sebebi de ben bir savaşın aslında çocuğuyum. Yani 38 yaşındayım, 76 doğumluyum. 80 döneminde 80 darbesiyle başlayan Kürt mücadelesi, o topraktaki savaşın aslında hayatta kalan kendimce birkaç kişiden birisiyim yani. Çünkü bunu da böyle söylüyor olmamın sebebi lise sınıfı 38 kişiyken yaklaşık 7-8 kişi şu an hayattayız. Birleşiyor olmalarının temel hikayesi biraz da hemen dış çeperinde, parkın dış çeperindeki o devletin kendi şiddeti de bir şekilde o barışmayı ve ortaklaşmayı hızlandırdı, ortak duyguların daha öne çıkmasını sağladı.
Everybody had a role in the Gezi. Me and my other lawyer friends has the role to defend the people who get injured, whose rights have been restricted. Based on the statistics, there is 8 people who died during Gezi protests, more than 10,000 people who get injured, almost 11 people who lost their eyes. People were scared for their children, for their family, because they thought if they start lawsuits against government, who just shot them on the eyes, they would do worse things. Only a few applicants is now on the way with us. The government wants the courts to stop all these cases. And they are so powerful.
Bize karşı kullanılan bir orantısız güç vardı. Buna karşı orantısız zeka ile cevap vermenin bir yoluydu bu.
Dünyanın o yazının toplamının bütün ilgisinin Gezi'de olduğu bir dönem aynı zamanda yani dünyanın neresinde olursanız olun işte mesela Gezi'den çıkan duran adam hikayesinin yaklaşık 9 dakika sonra Londra'da duruyor olmasının aslında dünyanın ilgisinin yani dünya kamuoyunun ilgisinin o alanda olduğunu gösterir. Kendini durdurduğun anda yeni bir şey yeniden var ediyorsun. Sistem çünkü seni başka şeye dürtüyor sürekli.
There was this image which says, "Don't stop, standing man, we are with you." It's an image of his silhouette, but you can't even see his face. This image is really important because it both shows the speed of how images can spread in social media. This image was creating even as he was standing on the square.
My name is Erdem Gündüz. I'm freelance choreographer and dancer, but people know me as the Standing Man.
He started this very impressive way of silent and ultra passive protesting. It's not even a sit-in. He is just standing in front of a very important building on Taksim, a very symbolic building.
We cannot go to reach the Taksim Square, and then I decide, okay, I can go alone. And I pass the police band, like tourists, I'm passing them. And I reach there and I stand still. Around 11 people are joining me. There is many people, some are reading books, some are stand still. It's not really important who I am. The important part, why I'm stand still during the hours.
This image are the memes of characters that who were involved in the protests, and they're represented as if they are cartoon heroes actually. Because
well, everyone was a hero there in our own way. It was kind of sad and depressive times because people died. To deal with these depressive things, we tried to deal with humor, and we also needed some heroes. So people just created, it's a kind of anti-hero, like with a normal outfit, with a gas mask. And I was a testimony, I can say that proudly.
We have characters like the woman in black, the woman in red, and they are also really important because they are women. And in the Turkish society, woman is, I think, gaining a lot of ground, but still has to do a lot. The image of woman in black, or the girl in black, is one of the most spectacular images from the Gezi protests, and I even think that it's something like a Baroque painting, because you have this diagonal sprout of water, and the water is coming from a water cannon from the vehicle named Toma against the girl, and she has opened her arms in a pose of peace and defiance at the same time. The image of the woman in red, or the girl in red, is perhaps the most famous image from the Gezi, because it captures this scene of pure violence. There's a girl doing nothing with a bag in a beautiful dress, and there's a police spraying pepper gas on her face. After what people saw from this frame of injustice, I would say, many people wanted to join the protests because they didn't like the way the police behaved. This very famous photograph then evolved into other kinds of creative production, like stencils on the street, and they were quite fantastic actually. There was this one stencil which again depicts the police deploying pepper gas on the girl's face, but this time the police is much smaller, and the girl, as she gets the violence with the pepper gas from the police, gets larger, and this is a symbol saying that violence will only make us stronger.
The the prime minister started to speak directly to protesters. Even one day, he speaks through the mothers, who their sons or girls or whatever in the park. Mothers, let's call their children before nobody gets hurt. Blah blah blah. And that same very night, the mothers came and made a human chain around us, surrounded us. It was a godlike moment, you know. It's like Olympus, Zeus came to help us.
Terlik, ayakkabı, spor ayakkabı, üstümüz, başımız, yani şalvarlısından tutun başörtülüsüne kadar. Hani ben çok normal kalıyorum biraz daha onların yanında ama işte kotlusu, sportmeni, eşofmanlısı.
The fact that she came here with us to support what she thinks is true is, I think, priceless. And my mom is the only mom that I know among my friends who actually came here to be with their daughters and actually stand up for something that she believes in. So I'm extremely proud of my mom.
Tayyip'in çapulcu lafı aslında çok geri tepti, çok ters tepti. Yani onun dediği anlamda olmadı. Çünkü çapulcunun kelime anlamı işte dökük, kırık, dökük, eteklerini toplayamayan, hani böyle sarsak, hani bir şey anlamayan ya da kültür düzeyi çok düşük insan topluluğu. Ama Gezi'nin en önemli şeylerinden bir tanesi de çocukların çok mizah duygusu olması. Ve bunu o kadar güzel çevirdiler ki hepimiz çapulcu olduk. Neden? Aslında o çocuklar onun tarif ettiği gibi çocuklar değiller.
It created a whole new understanding, the Çapulcu state, which is the finest, because I think there is no identity in Çapulcu. This person doesn't know, what they think before, what they believe. It's not that. It's just that they are free and they are next to one another and they will support each other. That's the main thing. So that's what that came out.
We are Armenian. We have identities, but it is more different. We were here because we must protect our park. We must protect our areas. In Turkey, all the people talking about peace, Turkish and Kurdish peace, or Sunni Alevi peace, or all the countries' peace. But I think the real peace was in Gezi Park, because all these different people come together and they make something together.
We become one by understanding the meaning of becoming one. Everybody accepts each other by their identity, by their nationality, political view. In the park, so many different groups become together who are not good with each other all the time. Even sometimes there is also anti-capitalist religious Muslim groups who are there, and they still have an issue about LGBT existence, but they say that nobody suffer from human rights even if they are LGBT or whatever.
İşte burada kimse 18-19 gün boyunca aç kalmadı. Sigarasız kalmadı. Herkes birbirine ihtiyacının fazlasını verdi. Aidiyetleri ne olursa olsun insanlar birbirlerini ötekileştirmediler. Otorite yoktu. Mülk Allah'ındı. Yani kamunundu, toplumundu. Bizim için Gezi, olumlu yönden baktığımızda bir ön cennet gibiydi. Cennet provası gibiydi.
In Gezi resistance, we learned solidarity, we learned equality. It's very important in this commune because the differences go out when you learn these two words.
Sen de gel. My aim was just to call everyone, to remind everyone, hey people, this geography belongs to all of us. We are here at home, and this home belongs to everyone. Here are many roots, many cultures, and many religions living for many centuries together. And my aim was in Gezi to remind everyone to this reality. So that's the reason the wave we started was called Sen de gel, which means come join us, come you too. the second day, we realized that one artist, we don't know who is it, he made a stamp from the image of mine. So, and then we saw just that this stamp was stamped everywhere on Taksim Square.
There was this one stencil reproducing his move, I guess. And the stencil says, "You too, come." And this is a phrase that comes from the Muslim philosopher named Rumi. He says that whatever you are, from whatever sect, just come as a human being.
But inside the community, it's all these walls were broken and they're gone now, you know? People can like not be angry with each other because they have different ideas. I think that's the most amazing thing that came out.
Sanki Gezi'de böyle bizim önümüzde böyle bir şey vardı. Hani birisi böyle bir tebeşirle kapı çizmiş, onun da arkasına bir türlü geçemiyorduk. Hani birileri geldi, onu böyle sildi böyle. Bir anda bir kapılar çıktı ortaya gibi oldu. Oradan işte o kapıyı geçtik ve zaten insanların dertleri ortakmış. İşte o sırada da işte böyle müthiş bir birliktelik oluştu bu dertler için.
Gezi dendiğinde aklıma gelen 3 şeyi sordunuz. O zaman dayanışma, direniş ve kahkaha.
Collectivity, hope, stubbornness.
Öfke, diriliş, mutluluk.
Fraternity, solidarity and equality. And love.
Yaşam, şaşırmak, ortaklaşmak.
Solidarity, peace and hope.
Éxtasis, sorpresa, lágrimas.
Renkli, deneyim ve öfke. Ecstatic when we were winning, depressed when we were losing, and like connected like always.